everyone. Today we are going to talk about the world of Columbus. Columbus, while he might not have been the very first to ever set foot on North America or any of the Americas, he is notable in U.S. history. So here's the thing. So let's go for some background information on Mr. Christopher Columbus. He was born in Juneau, and that was in 1941. Wow. 1451. Now, during this time period, it's one of the richest ports of the 1400s. It has multiple historical areas and fortresses. It's also, so it had definitely a significant Roman presence. It's considered part of the medieval times from 500 to 1500 AD. So they also fought pirates, Arab pirates during this time. And something else that was very special that we still use in a sense today is the joint stock company. So it's where a group of investors have a set of money, and if they invest into something like a ship to travel to another world, another country, whatever profits come back, they get a portion, whatever the portion is of their stock. So if you're going to invest, everyone wins with whatever comes back based on what you have. So they developed that. There were two major religions in the world early days of Christopher Columbus. It was Christendom and it was Islam or Muslim. So both of those were very in the front of the culture, and religion was extremely important during this time period. World changes was the banking and business growth. So they really started to become more not materialistic in a sense, where they had structured banking and they were very focused on business and growth. And since it was it was in the top two ports in the world, it was a major epicenter or major port for the entire world at this time. They were able to have investments for banking, and since most things came from the Orient came to the port there, then people could buy, trade, sell, and then export. So if you were a bank, you could really make some dollars because you could either be helping the merchants, or you could be helping the people who want to buy things, or you could be doing banking loans for people who want to go explore. But there's a risk. Anytime you invest, there's always a risk. Same thing with them. This is also a period where the realistic arts really started taking place, and they started translating ancient texts, classic texts that were usually in Greek and Latin, into the European languages. It was considered the Renaissance period, which Renaissance means rebirth. Now, this is also interesting because during this time, this is where people start focusing more on themselves and less on the greater good, God, no matter what God that is, a higher power, versus now people are starting to look for self-prominence and placing themselves. In fact, someone actually wrote that God may have created the world, but mankind made it better, or something to that effect. And I'm thinking, really? Because when I'm looking around today, I'm thinking, ooh, God could really fix a whole lot of this. All right, so that's a sidetrack. Let's get back on focus. Christopher Columbus was the son of a master weaver. So originally, he began learning spinning and weaving. At 14, he began going on voyages and trading voyages, and partly a sailor, part trading agent. So he was already into shipping, going places, and making money. He didn't necessarily want to follow in his father's footsteps with being a master weaver. At 24, he sank his first ship off the coast of Portugal, the Portugal coast. And then he went to Lisbon, Portugal, and he started studying under his brother, a master map maker, and began to learn navigation, waterways, and things like this so that he could expand. Now, one of the key things, an extremely important part of his career development, was the fact that he married the daughter of a Portuguese sea captain. And that opened his exploration and navigation career so that he was getting real world experience and he was learning from a master in what he wanted to do. It opened doors, just like we think about opening doors today. Now, I hope you've liked this. If you have, definitely drop a comment below, subscribe. I have classes, U.S. history classes. If you're interested, you can always go to the website and sign up for those under the membership tab. So until next time, this is part 1 of the Christopher Columbus. Who is he?